Hello everyone, and welcome back. This is Age of June, shoutcasting another LOL game. I am playing the Amumu on the blue team. This is a game I played with a few friends of mine. It was a normal. The normal other caster that I play with, Purple Oak, was not actually in this game as he was occupied doing other things. So in this game, I was the jungle Amumu. My teammates were a Garen, top, Ashe and Soraka bot, and one of the new champion, Zyra, mid. On the enemy team, we have Ziggs mid versus Zyra, Lulu and Ezreal bot, and a Kennen top, and Lee Sin is going to be the jungle. I definitely enjoyed this match. I feel I did pretty well, so I figured I'd share it with you guys. And here we go. It's currently 1 minute in. We're waiting for the minions to spawn, of course. They are ready for an invade on red, but we really have no intention of invading. They really have no intention of invading. Right now, it's just a quite a neutral little thing. We're all just waiting. And looks like I was wrong. Ezreal is actually top. And yeah, I think he's going to go bottom later, but right now it looks like he's top. Kennen and Ziggs and Lee Sin are the ones guarding here. Zyra has come to help me guard and to give me a pull when blue pops. In the meantime, the Wraiths popped, so they're going at that. And I'm getting ready to get my blue. Lulu's sitting at her tower. Soraka's sitting in the bush, waiting for an invade just in case, just to see. And here we go. Ziggs is going to mid. I'm working on the blue. And it looks like Kennen actually might be going top here. He's going to try to gank Garen. So Garen might be in a little trouble here. It's going to be an exciting moment for him because here comes the Kennen. Garen sees it and he takes off. Question is, does he escape? He easily escapes. In the meantime, Lee Sin was down mid, thinking about doing a gank, but he ended up not needing to. Well, he ended up not being able to because Zyra backed off. Lulu is currently bot versus two people. Definitely a hard lane for her at the moment. Not quite sure it's a great idea, but we'll see how she does. Ziggs is currently harassing Zyra quite a bit. She had to fall back, get some help. Top is actually harassing our Garen quite a bit too. So far, it's been fairly passive outside of mid, as Zyra is again having to pot up. She's getting a little bit of harassing on the Ziggs as well. Garen still looks like he's doing pretty well. Ezreal and Kennen, they're high health. Garen's high health is fairly passive there. Ziggs versus Zyra looks like it's a bit more interesting. Looks like Lee Sin's actually coming in for a gank down bot. Soraka sees it, Zin misses his Q. So that one actually ended up failing, and Lee Sin is going back out. In the meantime, we have Ziggs versus Zyra again. Ziggs is actually low on health now, as opposed to Zyra. And it looks like Garen might be asking for some help. I'm not sure whose thing that was actually, but he's up here, just keeping him off of his tower. And Ziggs has actually almost died there, but he ended up pulling through again. I'm at my Wraiths, just farming the jungle as normal. Garen's still doing quite well up top versus two. He's actually not that underleveled at the moment. They're both three. They're all three. And actually, in theory, he's going to get leveled faster just because there's only one of him and there are two of them simultaneously. He's not going to get much CS right now as they are keeping him off the lane. Ziggs still right about where they were last time we were looking. Looks like there might be a little bit of action here. And alright, the Zyra got first blood versus Ziggs, but the Ziggs also took the Zyra down. Zyra definitely came out ahead there. It's a 100 gold lead. And the Ziggs still did pretty well as it was an even trade. He is slightly behind now, but we'll see how he fares later. Bot lane is pushing, of course, as they should be. Harassing the Lulu a little bit, as much as is possible. And I'm still doing the jungle. Garen looks like he's having a little bit of trouble now. He's down to half life. He's trying to do his nice little spin, and he dies. So top lane actually pulled through there. I'm coming in, ganking the Kennen. I'm going to see if I can take him out and punish him for that. And I make the mistake of getting distracted by Ezreal, who is able to flash over the wall and escape. In the meantime, Kennen is backing down here. And he's able to escape. Ezreal's able to escape. I definitely missed that one a little bit. Here comes the gank down bot again. He lands his Q this time. He's doing a decent amount of damage. The Lulu exhausts and does her ability that slows. It looks like this is not going to work for them. And actually, the blue team wins this one. And I think they might actually get the Lulu, depending on how well she escapes here. She did have flash, so she is probably going to escape unless blue team tries to turret dive. No, they do not. Ziggs, Zyra dies again to Ziggs. There's a nice little bit of harassment. And then followed by the ulti, which takes her down. Ziggs is actually coming out way ahead on that fight. Looks like Kennen is now coming back down to bot. He's abandoned the Ezreal up top. They got their nice little lead there. So he's going back down to even out the odds down bot so that their tower does not get lost. I'm pushing the Ziggs back off the tower. A little bit of damage there, but I'm okay with that because I'm pretty sure I was intending to go back anyway. Though I'm not actually sure about that. I'm mostly just keeping him off of the tower so Zyra can get back and protect it again. Mid, our bot are fairly even right now. It looks like they are thinking about going in on Soraka. And actually they are going in on Soraka. It looks like the Soraka might go down. Yep, she went down. Let's see how Ashe does. Ashe is going to die as well. Alright. So back to top. It looks like Garen is now coming out ahead. Ezreal's a little ahead in levels, but Garen is higher on health. Lee Sin is setting up a gank. Garen does not have a ward, so we'll see how he escapes this. And the Lee Sin backs off because the Garen is playing somewhat passively, and the Ezreal is pushing a little harder than he needed to, so the Lee Sin was not going to be able to gank. Looks like Zyra was able to push Ziggs off the lane there. Looks like he got really low on health, and so he had to go back. He is a level ahead of the Zyra, who might be able to catch up now that she is alone and he is not here. CS-wise, Garen only has 7 versus Ezreal's 39, so Garen is unfortunately way behind at the moment. I'll just let the program see who we should look at for the moment until something interesting happens. Ashe is 36 versus Kennen is 23, so Ashe is actually ahead there. Soraka is 1 versus Lulu's 18, which is not surprising since Lulu had bot alone. Oh, looks like there's a gank going on here. The Zyra does die because of the gank. Does she take out the Ziggs? She did take down the Ziggs. She was not able to follow through on the Lee Sin, but I'm not sure he would have died anyway. In the meantime, the Ashe was able to take down the Kennen, and again they're chasing down the Lulu. She does escape, it looks like. Yes, she made it to the tower, she's safe. Ezreal looks like he's able to harass the Garen quite a bit. Garen is down to half health.
What's the scanner say? And
back to the CS, we have Zyra 30 versus Fizz 49. So Fizz is a little bit ahead on CS, but it's not an unrecoverable lead there. Again, I come mid. Comes off the lane. I see she's coming, so I go ahead and fall back. Garen is actually getting his health back with his, passive life regen. Ezreal has not taken pretty much any damage that he hasn't healed through. He's back at full. So that's fairly passive at the moment. Garen has to stay back. He can't really CS at the moment because of Ezreal's range. However, if Ezreal does ever happen to let the Garen come close enough, that might be a little hard for him to escape just because of his Garen's, that is. Silence and his damage. Looks like Lee Sin went ahead and gave blue to the Ziggs. So Ziggs is definitely going to have a little bit of a bonus there. Looks like there's action going down bot. Cannon just decided to come in again. He gets hit by the tower. A little bit of damage traded, but not too much. The blue team does have this warded, so they did know that was coming. Lulu stayed a little bit longer than she probably should have, so she took quite a bit more damage than was probably healthy. It looks like Garen is going in on the Ezreal, as well as the is going in. Garen does finish off that Ezreal, their guy giving Garen a nice little lead back again. He should be able to catch up on the farm, or at least start catching up on the farm as much as possible before the Ezreal is able to come back. Zyra, Ziggs, looks like there's a little bit of action down there. Zyra was able to do a decent amount of damage to Ziggs. Looks like Ziggs is trying to come around. He does not get the skill shot. Ooh, Zyra's little plant is able to shoot him once, so just a little bit more damage on him. But he feels it's safe to come out now. And he's actually a little lower than Zyra, but still fairly even. Looks like she's thinking about going in. She does go in. She does not actually catch him in her ult, so he does not die. Lee Sin tried to gank there. He did miss his Q because of a minion, so he was not able to fully complete the gank. So he decided to walk away. He is coming back to the bottom, and now Zyra did die. There's a ping down bottom. It looks like the bot lane is asking for a gank from Lee Sin. Looks like Lee Sin might be complying. He's on his way down. But looks like Kennen and Lulu actually did push bot lane back a little, so he might not come in. I think he is. Yes, here he comes. He's coming in for a gank. Soraka just used her flash, so she won't have it. Lee Sin does hit his Q on Ashe, but Ashe does have flash, so she's able to get out of that. Soraka, on the other hand, does die to the Kennen. Ashe does escape. So that ended up coming out pretty well. I come in to see if anything I can do, but there's not really much. Looks like there's a little bit of trouble going up here between these two. Garen does quite a bit of damage to the Ezreal, and Ezreal gets his nice little parting shot in. There's Ezreal, Garen doing quite a bit more damage to him, but Ezreal actually did more damage to Garen than Garen was able to do to Ezreal due to his range. Zyra's playing around in mid again. Looks like Ziggs came out way ahead in that little engagement, but Zyra is at her tower, so she's safe at the moment. Garen had to fall back to his tower. It looks like he might die if Ezreal was able to go in. Ezreal was not able to go in because of the tower being there, but Garen just flashed, and now he died. He flashed into the Ezreal, so the Ezreal was able to kill him, and Ezreal now has a decent amount of time to farm. I am going top to defend. In the meantime, there's a gank bottom. Zyra does escape that gank, but now... Ooh, that was really close. Very, very nice dodge by the Zyra there. The Ziggs almost killed her. He's coming in for another try. There's the Soraka coming in to help, and the Ziggs dies. Lee Sin thinks he's going to come try to help. Doesn't work. I did, during that, actually kill the Ezreal. I'm sorry I missed that. There's a little action going on in both places at once. The Ezreal's now dead, and I'm quite happy with myself. Going back to the jungle, I did give the blue buff to Zyra, so that he has the extra mana and everything. In the meantime, it looks like the bot lane has successfully pushed our bot lane off of the tower. However, the arrow there actually did a ton of damage to Lulu due to the fact that it stunned her under the tower. She took a lot of damage from that tower. She's going to have to pot up. In the meantime, looks like they're just trading back and forth right now. Tower almost got lost there, but they ended up pulling through there. So good job to them for that. Ooh, Lulu looks like she's just doing a little harass there then. Oh, there's a CV so they could see what's going on. And it looks like they're going back to a passive farm. It looks like Lee Sin is thinking about ganking top, so we'll see if that ends up happening. Garen's hiding in the top bush. Lee Sin doesn't see him, so he decides to walk away. Garen gets a little bit of damage on the Ezreal, and the Ezreal tries to get some back. Doesn't work. I am going in for a gank down mid. Here we go. Exhausted him. Land that bandage toss. And it was a successful gank. He ended up dying to Zyra. Zyra did get the kill. And Lee Sin is coming down Garen. Garen is slowed. Ezreal flashed over to him. Garen's trying to escape. I'm not sure he's going to make it. Lee Sin did miss his Q, so he did escape. Ezreal almost killed him with his ult, but it wasn't quite good enough. In the meantime, Zyra coming down bot to try to gank bot. So they're setting him up, pushing it to the tower so she can go ahead and do that. She's coming in, and she's easily able to kill the cannon. Well, maybe not quite easily, but... Oh, it looks like the cannon might actually escape this. However, they do take down the Lulu because she was trapped by the arrow. So very nice arrow to the Ashe there. She was able to take her down. Looks like they're pinging for help, asking Ziggs to come and help them. Ziggs is coming, it looks like, possibly. And it looks like he changes his mind. In the meantime, they take down the turret. But at the same time, Ezreal's able to take down the top tower, so that ended up being an even trade tower-wise. Garen silences the Ezreal and is able to spin him quite a bit, so he's able to do a lot of damage there, half of his health. In the meantime, there's another fight going down here. The Soraka's trying to escape. She does escape, but not all the way. She makes the mistake of going back in. Does she finish him? She doesn't finish him. Ashe is trying to finish him. Looks like she might escape. He did miss his Q again. I did unfortunately die. Ooh, very nice ult from Ezreal, taking down the Soraka. He doesn't take down the Ashe, but he did get the Soraka. So that went really well for the Ezreal. It was a very good ulti. They are pinging for the cannon to fall back, but he's kind of ignoring them. He doesn't feel that he needs to listen to them. Alright, so Zyra's going back to mid. It's currently 10 to 12. 19.5 thousand gold to 21.4 thousand gold for the purple team. Purple team's a little bit ahead in the gold, but it's definitely not a difference that cannot be made up by the blue team. Ashe is defending that bot tower. It's really low on health, so she's got to be very careful. Kennen and Lulu are going in. The Ashe is able to juke a little bit, but she does end up going down. The Kennen and the Lulu do escape there. Looks like Lee Sin again gave Ziggs the blue. So he's going to have the upper hand in the fights there. So ping on Soraka, telling her to try to escape. I come in, and that pushes them back. So she does end up being saved. Lee Sin is coming in for a gank on Zyra. Zyra did a very nice flash, completely avoided it. Her ult did pop up the Ziggs. And oh, had it not been for his flash, he would have died as well. So very nice flash on his part. Looks like bot is coming up to help. I'm not sure if they're going to do a tower dive or what's going to happen here. We do see them coming though, so we are also coming. Ziggs does end up dying to Zyra. Ooh, very nice arrow there. Again, trapping the Lulu under the tower. And the Lulu does end up dying to Soraka, oddly. Lee Sin is able to escape. Kennen goes ahead and backs out. Ezreal's coming down. He's gonna meet Garen in the middle. Did a nice little damage to him. But now he's gonna take a ton because he made the mistake of flashing to the Garen instead of away. The Garen was then able to silence him and do nice damage. The Garen is still chasing, so he took a decent amount of damage too. It ended up being a fairly nice trade for both of them. Meantime, we're in mid pushing it. Looks like we have designs on the tower. Ashe is definitely going to get a decent amount of damage on the tower. I'm not sure if she can get it, but it looks like she might. In the meantime, it looks like we're setting up Ezreal for a gank. I'm getting blue, pinging the Zyra. But the Zyra does not actually see it. And he chooses to go bot, so I end up having to get it myself. Not that I mind. As a Moo, blue is always nice to have. There's another ping for Zyra. Zyra, again, is not responding, so I end up getting it myself. Looks like Garen just died to the Ziggs. Very nice play by Ziggs. Meantime, it's fairly passive, so let's go ahead and take a look at the items for a second.
Has been destroyed.
Garen currently has his Doran Shield, Boots of Swiftness, Longsword, Pickaxe. It's a fairly decent amount of stuff. Ashe has her Doran's Blade, Boots of Swiftness as well, Pickaxe, BF Sword, which is very nice. Soraka's got her Philosopher's Stone, her Mercury's Treads, and 2 Ruby Crystals. Or, I mean, 1 Ruby Crystal, my apologies. I was looking at the 2 for the Ooh! Looks like there's a little bit of fighting here. Looks like Soraka might be going down. Soraka is going to go down. Very nice play by them. Lulu gets the kill. Lulu is the support, so it's not quite as nice as had Lee Sin gotten the kill. But it still was a very nice gank. As Soraka was back, she went ahead and bought the Null Magic Mantle and Cloth Armor. Oop, there's a fight going on here again. High ulti. Lee Sin is trapped under the tower. He's trying to escape. Does he make it? No, he does not make it. Zyra just got a double kill out of that. In the meantime, I'm harassing the Ezreal, and Garen is chasing down the Ziggs. The Ezreal is getting really low, but he is able to escape because of the proximity of the tower. Garen is chasing down the Ziggs. It looks like Ziggs is going to escape, although it's pretty close. Yes, Garen has to fall back. Meantime, this tower is indeed gone. And Zyra is going to die because of the cannon. And the cannon is probably going to die. Yes, the cannon does die to the Ashe and the Amumu, so that ended up being pretty nice. There's three assists and a kill there. Garen is, again, harassing the Ziggs, but he was not able to kill him again. Lulu's coming in to try to help, but they're falling back. Alright, so we can go back to the items as it's back to passive again. The Amumu, me, has Philosopher's Stone, also boosts Swiftness. Rebirth Pendant. I was working on Force of Nature at the moment. I do have the Chalice of Harmony. I found that enables me to easily give up my blue a whole lot sooner with no problem for mana, and it later builds into a nice amount of AP, which makes me do quite a bit of damage. And there's my Force of Nature. Looks like Zyra has a Morello's Evil Tome, Sorcerer's Shoes, Doran's Ring, Negatron Cloak, and a needlessly large rod, which is not bad at all. Ziggs has his Rabadon's Death Cap, his Sorcerer's Shoes, and 2 Doran's Rings. Looks like there's a little bit of interplay coming down here, but nothing too dangerous. Lulu has a Malady. Interesting. Ruby Crystal, Doran's Ring, Philosopher's Stone, and Boots of Mobility. It looks like she's not really building as a support. Decent amount of action going down here. Looks like there's a fight setting up. Oop, oh, and there's an ulti by me. Seems to do quite a bit of damage. We do take down the Ziggs, but everybody else is able to escape successfully. But we don't lose anybody in the meantime, so that ended up being a very nice little exchange. Then there's Lee Sin, who has the Mercury's Treads, Phage, a Sight Ward, and a Wriggles. So he's somewhat built. Ooh, it looks like Ashe just got caught out of position there. I'm not sure if she's able to escape. Nope, she does go down. We were trying to take Dragon, but in the meantime, we've got that going on. Trying to take it. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get it. The cannon is threatening us, so we're having to be very careful. He goes in, he ultis. He's able to do quite a bit, but he does go down. And Lulu comes in now, harassing the Soraka. And the Zyra is still going down. Oh, she is able to get the dragon. Very nice. There's a Ziggs ult. It doesn't hit anybody, really. Ezreal's trying to escape now. He's actually very low on life. He is able to use his Ezreal Flash to escape. Ooh, a nice little hit from Zyra. Unfortunately, she does get hit by the Lee Sin's Q and goes down, but she does take down the Lee Sin in the process. Lulu just took a ton of damage. Garen's going in on her. He's able to continue hitting her, but he is against 3 now, so he's going to be forced to fall back. I believe he will escape this, although he is going back in. He does a decent amount of damage to Ziggs. He has his Zeraco support. Yes, he was able to escape, but he does get taken out by the Ezreal. Very nice ult there by the Ezreal. And the Ezreal is able to escape with low life. Alright, so back to the items. At least the current state of the items. A little out now. Ezreal just got a Sheen. He has a Death Cap, so he actually went an AP Ezreal. He's got a Fairy Charm for mana regen because the AP Ezreal definitely needs mana. His spells are fairly mana intensive for AP. He's got Sorcerer's Shoes and the Health Bot. Kennen is AP, of course. He's got a Rabadon's Death Cap, a Blasting Wand, Heart of Gold, Philosopher's Stone, Cage's Lucky Pick, and Sorcerer's Shoes. So he actually has 3 different gold for 10 items. I'm currently pinging Zyra again, saying come to blue. Zyra is going to come to blue now, so got that. So it looks like their team is actually almost entirely AP. So that's definitely a risky move, because anybody who builds Magic Resist is going to shut you down hard. They do end up being able to take down the Ashe here. She does get caught out of position a little. There are no wards in the jungle, so she's not able to see it coming. The Zyra is currently versus the Ezreal. She did a ton of damage. She does take him out. Very nice play on the Zyra. She's now running away, wisely of course. She does run to the tower. It looks like Kennen and Lulu are coming in, as well as Ziggs. So she's got to be very careful. The Soraka does heal her at least, so she's not going too bad. Ziggs comes in, gets hit by the tower, takes a nice amount of damage from Zyra. Zyra does get caught. Ooh, she is down to the Kennen. I come in, immediately start attacking the Lulu. Lulu does start to escape. I come in to help Soraka. Chasing down the Kennen. Kennen's trying to escape. Wham! That Ashe arrow hits him. Very nice Ashe arrow. I approve there. Then I see them here, so I go ahead and try to get the Ziggs. I do miss it because I was slightly out of range. I'm trying to chase him down. We see her, and right around here we realize that we're not going to be able to catch her. She's too fast with her boosted mobility, so we go ahead and fall back, especially when she hits us with that slow. It's a very strong slow. Lee Sin coming up to try to kill this Garen. Lee Sin and Garen are both low. Garen tries to escape. He is not able to escape, but he does take the Lee Sin down with him with the help of the tower. So that ended up being a fairly even trade. Very nice job on their part. Garen now has the Last Whisper and a Chain Vest. Ashe has Infinity Edge and Zeal, as well as her other small items. Soraka now has Aegis of the Legion, which is very nice. Does a lot of benefit for the entire team. I'm now working on War Mags. I have my Giant's Belt. Zyra has her Rabadon's Death Cap. Ziggs now has Blasting Wand and Amplifying Tome. Lulu now has her Shirelias, which is a very nice spell to give a little bit of attack speed. It helps a lot on tanks. It looks like they go in on the Zyra. Zyra does a ton of damage. I come in. I take down the Kennen. I also take down the Lulu. And they're trying to get the Soraka. They're not able to get her. Garen comes in. We are doing a ton of damage to them. I'm able to ult to take down that Ziggs. Ashe ults the Lee Sin. He's going down fast. He's dead. Now the Ezreal flashes to get away. He does end up escaping because he made it to the tower. Very nice move for the Ezreal. That ended up being a 4-for-1 battle though, so their team definitely came out behind. As you can see, the blue team is now leading in gold, 39.7 to 38.5. So we've definitely turned this around so far. We're going to be menacing this tower, as the only one guarding it is Lee Sin. Ezreal. He's got AP, so he's not able to do too much against us without his ulti. He's getting really low in the meantime. He is able to push us off of the tower, and his teammates are up and coming out, so we're forced to flee. Looks like the Soraka might get caught, but she does flash away. She escapes. She does get hit by the Ez ult, but she is not dead because of it. Garen's trying to escape. He runs into the Kennen. Kennen is forced to fall back. It looks like Zyra, in the meantime, was killing the Ez. Ez is now dead. Very nice move for the Zyra. We're now chasing after the Lulu. And she comes back in. Melts. The Lulu is now trying to escape again. She does ulti, and it does push her away. And she narrowly avoids that Ashe arrow. A very nice shot on the Ashe. Unfortunately, she did just miss by that little bit. It was a good try, though. We do take down this tower. In the meantime, we decide to go ahead and steal their blue. So our Zyra now has their blue. And Soraka and Garen are going to push top back, as there's a nice little minion wave there, so it's going to get Garen a decent amount of gold. Zyra and I are now going to Dragon again. Dragon is definitely one of the more important objectives in the game. It's a very nice amount of gold, 190 gold there, about the same amount as a turret, but it's one, as you know, that can be taken down by both sides, so it's definitely not one you want to miss. We're going in on the Lulu. She's trying to escape. She does have her boots of mobility, so it's a whole lot easier. She does narrowly avoid my bandage toss. She does a very nice juke there, and it looks like she's going to escape this one. Yes, she does escape. Ezreal and Kennen are coming down for us. They ping us. Ezreal tries to check that bush to see if there's anything there. He's doing a nice amount of damage, but he does get hit by my ult and my bandage toss. He might take down the Zyra. Zyra does not go down. So we ended up taking her down. I see Kennen and Lulu coming in. Lulu tries to back out, but Kennen keeps going. He wants that Zyra. So he ends up coming in. I am menacing him in the meantime. Zyra's able to do a nice bit of damage to him. He's trying to escape, I do land a bandage toss on him, and again, the Ash Arrow comes in and finishes him off. Again, very nice Ash Arrow, and she definitely got rewarded for it. Lulu's trying to escape again. Soraka's coming in, silences the Lulu, so the Lulu cannot flash or anything. In the meantime, we're chasing her down. I don't have very much mana, but the Ash does flash in, hits her slow. I hit my bandage toss, and the Lulu does go down. In the meantime, Lee Sin is just pushing top, trying to get our tower. I do get the kill on that Lulu. So if we look at the kills, deaths, assists, we currently have Garen at 4-5, Ash at 7-4-4, Soraka's at 4-4-15, which is very nice assist for the Soraka. Amumu, me, at 7-11. Our Zyra currently has 11-11-10. A lot of deaths, but also a lot of kills, so she's not doing too bad. The Ziggs currently has 4-9-5. He's definitely not doing nearly as well as the Zyra. The Lulu's at 5-5-6. Lee Sin is at 5-6-2. Ezreal's at 3-6-6. And Kennen is the only one who's actually fully positive. He is 9-7-2. Meantime, they are pushing bot. They're just trying to figure out where to go right now. I am getting Ash the red, as red on an Ash is quite nice. It definitely slows the enemy down, as well as her ability, which slows them down. We see them, I think, because of a ward. Zyra goes in first, hits the Lulu. I hit the Lulu with a bandage toss. Lulu goes down fast. Ezreal's trying to escape that way. In the meantime, we're chasing them this way. They do successfully escape this way. And Garen is trying to chase down this Ezreal. Ezreal looks like he is going to make it. He's doing a decent amount of damage to the Garen. He is able to use his Ezreal flash to get away. But what he doesn't realize is that 4 members of the team are currently converging on him. We all come in. We do decide to tower dive. He ends up flashing away. Again, that awesome Ash arrow hits, takes him down, and he is dead now. Kennen is down bot. He's taking down our turret. We decide to go ahead and take this turret, make it a nice little trade. So this tower very quickly melts under our damage. Kennen is still pushing bot. He successfully takes it down. In the meantime, Ash is menacing this poor Ziggs. Ziggs is almost dead. He does end up escaping. So it was very nice for Ziggs. Soraka and I both go bot to push this Kennen off of the lane. Meantime, a little bit of harassment back here, but it looks like our team is falling back. Soraka's trying to chase down this Kennen. He's trying to run away. He sees her. He does go ahead and use his little lightning ball to escape. There's a fight going down here. Looks like Lee Sin tried to go in. He did get taken down very quickly. Lulu falls back to her tower. Ziggs has to go back as he was low life.
Pulse fire systems reactivated.
Ezreal's back up, as you can tell by the pulse fire systems reactivated. Looks like we are taking at the Lulu, and she does take a ton of damage, and she does go down to the Garen. Very nice play. Kennen is yet again pushing bot. I see that. I go in to try to get him. In the meantime, we're retreating top. Kennen's trying to escape. He does end up stunning me. He's running. I do end up landing the bandage toss. I ulti him as well, which takes a ton of damage on him. And then I went ahead and tossed him. In the meantime, Ashe is up there killing. Kennen is trying to escape. I land the bandage toss, and he is dead. There's the ace. We're able to have free reign. If I remember right, after that particular kill, he did yell at me, and I believe he said I was a meanie or something of the sort. Ashe is able to take down this tower while it was unguarded. And Soraka did a little bit of harass to the mid one. In the meantime, all of us decided to go ahead and fall back by those of us who were still alive. Unfortunately, Zyra did die in that. Which, it does happen. Team fights are fairly dangerous for the team members. Soraka is trying to solo the blue buff. They do not have it warded, so they have no idea what's going on. Ezreal's back up again. Pulse fire system's activated. Garen is attacking our blue buff. Looks like I'm not sure if he's gonna just take it or give it to somebody. It definitely appears that he's just gonna take it. In the meantime, Soraka does get that buff and is able to easily escape as they are all back in their base. The dragon just came up. There's the ping for the blue team for dragon. We decide to go ahead and do it. I finish off the race, start heading my way over there. Garen is taking down wolves. Zyra's down bottom, pushing. That one's going pretty well. We go in, or I guess just I go in on the dragon. Start working on it, get it pretty low. Zyra goes ahead and activates her plan. The first of them starts shooting. The second one comes out, and we very quickly take down the dragon after they come out. Meantime, Lisa and Kennen just going through their jungle. Lulu's pushing bot. They are apparently pinging Kennen and Lee Sin to fall back. Naturally, neither of them listens and just kind of stands there. Ezreal comes to join them to help them out. I go check out Baron. Baron is fine. Zyra, Garen, and Ashe are all converging on this Lulu. She does not know what's coming for her. Now she does, though. Garen, Ashe, and Zyra are easily able to take her down. A lot of pings going down for Kennen and Lee Sin. I think it might be Lee Sin pinging for Kennen to stop jungling. I don't know. But that would definitely be my guess, having seen that many pings going down when they're both together and they're both going through the jungle. I come in. I go ahead and ping Lee Sin. I don't know Kennen's there. So Lee Sin's pushing. I go ahead and engage on him. As you can see, his health is going down far faster than mine. This is actually one of my favorite plays. Out comes the Ashe, so he's doing a ton of damage to him. He goes down fast. And then you see me come in with the blind bandage toss. There was no ward in there, so I did that completely blind. I was able to take him down and get a legendary out of it.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
I would imagine that he was probably raging through there, because he thought he was safe. In the meantime, Zyra was able to take down the mid. Kennen comes to try to harass her. He does not really pose much of a threat to her at the moment. He's trying to escape now. As there are three of us, he's able to lightning ball away. Ezreal ultis to try to chase us all away. He does do a little bit of damage, but it does not quite do what he was intending. In the meantime, we're taking top tower, Ashe and I. I tanked it until the minions got there. Ashe is just DPSing it down fast. With a little bit of back and forth in there while we finish that tower off. I start on the inhib. Ashe decides to go down and help, as they are getting pressed a little bit. Ezreal actually dies just before I cast my bandage toss. Garen got the kill again. Meantime, I go. We are actually trying to focus down their innermost towers. Taking a little bit of damage from them, but it really doesn't matter. With our current builds, we don't take that much damage. I do land an ulti. Unfortunately, it's not enough to do too much. Kennen is able to come in and slay the Zyra, but he does go down to the Ashe. The other three come out. The Lee Sin does get hit with that arrow. It looks like he might escape. Yes, he does indeed escape, though. So that ended up being... Ashe is taking a ton of damage. Garen goes down. I'm taking a lot of damage now. Looks like he's probably gone here. I am. There's another shutdown. In the meantime, Soraka's now trying to escape. Hopefully she'll make it. She does get hit with the Q, so she realizes she's gone. She takes down the Ziggs before she goes down. Probably the best way because she was not going to escape that. Ash, however, does successfully escape that. They're pinging back here because their towers are being very thoroughly menaced, so they need a little bit of defense. In the meantime, while we're waiting for everybody to respawn, I guess we can look at the items again. Garen still has his last booster. He's got Sunfire Cage, Force of Nature, so he's going very AP, magic resist heavy, which is a very good idea. Ash is up to Phantom Dancer and Bloodthirster now. Soraka has an Abyssal Scepter and a Quicksilver Sash. Again, we are all building heavy magic resist, which just completely shuts their team down. Ash just got a Guardian Angel. I'm at Force of Nature, Randuin's Omen, Warmog's Armor, and looks like I'm working on the Abyssal Scepter as well. Zyra currently has Zonya's Hourglass, Rabadon's, Morello's, Banshee's Veil, and Sorcerer's Shoes. On their team, Ziggs has Rabadon's, Sorcerer's Shoes again, Lich Bane, Blasting Wand, and his 2 Doran's Blades still. Lulu is actually building AD, it looks like. She has Berserker's Greaves, Cloak of Agility, BF Sword. She has Madreds. Apparently back a while ago she sold some stuff. Again, she does have her Shirelias, which is very nice. Looks like we're going to go take Dragon. They do not have a ward, so they have no idea about this. So while we're watching this, we'll take a look at the rest of the items. Lee Sin currently has his boots. He's got Trinity Force, which makes him pretty tanky. He's got the Catalyst. Oh, Ziggs tries to ulti to steal it, but it's way too late for that. Ezreal has Lich Bane and Rabadon. He actually doesn't have very much. He's not doing too well with it. I don't know if he sold some stuff that he has or what's going on there, but he's definitely missing a lot of items. Kenneth has Rabadons, Abyssal, Rylai's, and a Hex deck with all. So there's a little bit of back and forth fighting going on here. I'm down taking blue, going back so I can go get another item. As you can see, I do get my Abyssal Scepter. That makes my Crying do a lot more damage. Very, very nice ability, especially versus an AP heavy team. But it's a very nice little item versus an AP heavy team because it makes me do a ton more damage and it makes me take a lot less damage, which is always nice. Lee Sin's trying to harass, successfully escapes. Has no problem there. He does a decent amount of damage to Soraka. In the meantime, we are harassing, walking around, just sitting around inside their base, keeping them pressured. Our minions, in the meantime, are taking down Bot Tower. Kennan's going to try to help, but that, unfortunately for him, puts him well out of position. He is able to walk away. We do take down the turret, though, in the meantime. I go in. We are working on this tower. In the meantime, they are fighting us a little. Tower's on me, but with my current build, it really is not able to do too much damage. It looks like Garen might be going down. He does not go down. He successfully escaped. Very nice. And there's a heal. So he comes in, spin, and down goes the Lee Sin again. This tower is going to melt pretty quickly. Ziggs tries to help. I land my Bandage Toss ulti to get the last little kill there. Got a nice little kill steal. Quite proud of that one. That actually was an intentional kill steal as I could tell the game was over, so I didn't really care about kill stealing. The Nexus is going down, and that's GG. So the blue team came out ahead on this one, and it ended up being a very nice little match, 48-31. 43-minute game. Very nice. Thank you all. I will see you again some other time. Bye.